Welcome the spicy lady. Some people carry a kind of peace that cannot be explained. You feel it long before you understand it. There is something unusual about certain women. It is not beauty, status, popularity, or the ability to impress others. It is something much harder to describe. A quiet presence, a deep sense of awareness, and a natural ability to bring comfort, clarity, and understanding wherever they go. Many people call this an angelic vibration. For Spicy Lady Sigma, this experience can be confusing. Throughout their lives, they often feel different without knowing why. They notice things others miss. They sense emotions that are never spoken aloud. They are drawn to truth, depth, and meaningful connections, while feeling disconnected from things that feel artificial or superficial. Because of this, many Spicy Lady Sigma spend years questioning themselves instead of recognizing the rare qualities they possess. What makes this even more interesting is that the people around them often notice these qualities long before they do. Friends, strangers, and even complete acquaintances feel comfortable opening up to them. Their words leave a lasting impact. Their presence brings a sense of calm during difficult moments. Yet many Spicy Lady Sigma dismiss these traits as ordinary because they have lived with them their entire lives. But what if these qualities are not ordinary? What if the very things they have been overlooking are actually some of their greatest strengths? In this video, we will explore 10 wise traits Spicy Lady Sigma carry, this angelic vibration, why it affects the people around them so deeply, and most importantly, why accepting it may be one of the most important decisions they ever make. Stay with us until the end, because the final insight may completely change the way you see yourself. Let's dive deeper. Spicy Lady Point 1. They possess a rare kind of emotional purity. One of the most overlooked qualities of a Spicy Lady Sigma is something that has become surprisingly rare in today's world. Emotional purity. This does not mean she is perfect. She gets hurt. She makes mistakes. She has bad days just like everyone else. Emotional purity is not about perfection. It is about intention. Many people move through life with hidden agendas. They say one thing but mean another. They form friendships based on what they can gain. They create unnecessary conflict, spread gossip, or play emotional games to feel powerful. After a while, these behaviors become so common that people start seeing them as normal. A Spicy Lady Sigma often operates differently. When she is kind, she means it. When she offers support, it is not for a future reward. When she listens, she is genuinely trying to understand. There is a sincerity in her actions that many people can feel, even if they cannot explain it. Think about the last time you met someone who left you feeling lighter after a conversation. They were not trying to impress you. They were not secretly competing with you. They were simply present and genuine. That kind of experience stays with people because it has become uncommon. Yet this emotional purity is not a weakness. It is a strength that should be protected. In a world where many people wear masks, authenticity has become a form of courage. The truth is, people may forget what a Spicy Lady Sigma said. They may forget where they met her, but they rarely forget how she made them feel. Genuine intentions leave an imprint that no performance can ever match. And that quiet sincerity is part of the angelic vibration she carries without even realizing it. Point 2. Their strength is gentle, not aggressive. They don't need intimidation to be respected. Their strength often appears as patience, self-control, and emotional maturity. Point 1. Of the biggest misconceptions people have about strength is that it must be loud, forceful, and intimidating. Many people think the strongest person is the one who argues the hardest, dominates every conversation, or makes others feel small. But a Spicy Lady Sigma often proves something very different. Her strength is not built on aggression. It is built on control. Anyone can lose their temper. Anyone can react without thinking. Anyone can allow emotions to take over in difficult moments. Real strength begins when a person has every reason to react, but chooses wisdom instead. This is where the Spicy Lady Sigma stands apart. When chaos erupts around her, she often becomes calmer, not louder. When others are caught up in drama, she focuses on solutions instead of adding fuel to the fire. While some people are controlled by every emotion they feel, she understands the value of patience and self-restraint. Think about a family crisis, a workplace conflict, or a friendship falling apart. Most people immediately take sides, raise their voices, and let emotions dictate their actions. A spicy Lady Sigma is more likely to observe carefully before speaking. She understands that one thoughtful response can accomplish more than 100 emotional reactions. This does not mean she is weak or passive. In fact, some of the strongest women in the world appear gentle on the surface. They do not waste energy proving their toughness because they already know who they are. They can be compassionate without being naive, kind without being easily used, and forgiving without allowing repeated disrespect. That balance is rare. One of the reasons people are drawn to Spicy Lady Sigma is because they provide stability in situations where others become overwhelmed. Their emotional maturity creates a sense of reassurance. People feel that no matter how difficult things become, this woman will not panic at the first sign of trouble. The truth is, aggression often comes from insecurity. People become loud when they feel unheard. They become controlling when they feel powerless. But genuine strength has no need to advertise itself. A Spicy Lady Sigma understands that remaining grounded during difficult times is a superpower. Her calm is not weakness. Her patience is not passivity. Her gentleness is not fragility. It is strength in its most refined form. And that quiet strength is one of the clearest signs of the angelic vibration she carries. 3. They heal people without realizing. A conversation with them can stay in someone's mind for months. One of the most fascinating things about a Spicy Lady Sigma is that she often changes lives without ever intending to. She is not trying to be a healer. She is not trying to become someone's mentor or guide. In fact, many times she has no idea that her words, actions, or presence have had any significant impact at all. Yet they do. There are people walking around today carrying advice, encouragement, or wisdom that a Spicy Lady Sigma shared years ago. While she may have forgotten the conversation completely, the other person remembers it as if it happened yesterday. Why? Because genuine healing rarely comes from grand speeches or dramatic moments. More often, it comes from simple acts of understanding. Imagine someone going through a difficult season in life. Maybe they have lost confidence in themselves. Maybe they are struggling with heartbreak, rejection, or self-doubt. Most people offer quick solutions or empty phrases, but a Spicy Lady Sigma often does something different. She listens. She pays attention. She responds with sincerity rather than judgment. Sometimes a person has spent months feeling invisible until they encounter someone who truly hears them. That experience alone can be life-changing. Think about how many people are carrying silent battles. The friend who smiles while dealing with anxiety, the coworker who seems fine but feels completely overwhelmed, the family member who never talks about their struggles. A Spicy Lady Sigma has a unique ability to notice what others overlook. What makes this even more powerful is that her healing energy does not come from having all the answers. It comes from making people feel understood. There is a huge difference. People do not always need someone to solve their problems. Sometimes they simply need one person who sees their pain without dismissing it, one person who reminds them they are not alone. Years later, someone might say, "That conversation changed my life." Meanwhile, the Spicy Lady Sigma is often surprised because she thought she was just being herself. That is the beauty of her gift. It is natural. It is effortless. It flows from compassion, emotional awareness, and genuine care for others. The truth is, some people leave impressions. A Spicy Lady Sigma often leaves healing, and many lives become better because of it, even when she never realizes the role she played in their transformation. 4. Their presence feels stabilizing because they do not escalate chaos easily. One of the most powerful qualities a Spicy Lady Sigma possesses often goes unnoticed until life becomes difficult. Her ability to remain emotionally balanced when everything around her feels unstable. In a world where people react instantly, where emotions spread faster than facts, and where small misunderstandings turn into major conflicts overnight, this quality is incredibly rare. Most people have experienced situations where one problem suddenly becomes 10 problems. Someone gets offended, another person reacts emotionally, assumptions take over, and before long the original issue is almost forgotten. What started as a simple misunderstanding becomes unnecessary drama that a spicy Lady Sigma often interrupts that cycle without even trying. When tension rises, her first instinct is not to panic or react. She observes. She listens. She takes time to understand what is actually happening before deciding how to respond. That may sound simple, but it is a skill many people never develop. Think about a workplace disagreement. Everyone is frustrated. Voices are getting louder. People are blaming each other. While others are focused on winning the argument, the spicy Lady Sigma is focused on understanding the problem. She realizes that emotional reactions rarely solve practical issues. The same thing happens in friendships and family relationships. While some people add fuel to a fire, she often brings water. This does not mean she ignores problems or avoids difficult conversations. In fact, she is often willing to address uncomfortable truths. The difference is that she does not allow emotions to completely take control of her judgment point. One reason people feel calm around spicy Lady Sigma is because they create a sense of emotional stability. Their energy communicates something powerful without words. We can handle this. And that reassurance matters more than most people realize. Life is full of uncertainty. Everyone faces moments when they feel overwhelmed, confused, or emotionally exhausted. During those moments, people naturally gravitate toward individuals who remain grounded. The truth is, chaos is contagious. But so is calm. A spicy Lady Sigma understands that not every battle deserves a reaction. Not every criticism deserves a response, and not every problem deserves panic. Sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is stay centered while everything else is spinning. That ability to remain steady in turbulent moments is why her presence feels so stabilizing. She does not simply survive chaos. She often becomes the calm that helps others find their way through it. 5. They attract both healing and dependency. Healthy people feel inspired around them. Unhealthy people often become emotionally dependent on them. One of the most challenging realities a spicy Lady Sigma eventually learns is that not everyone is drawn to her for the same reason. Some people are inspired by her. Others become dependent on her. At first, the difference can be difficult to spot because both types of people may seem appreciative, affectionate, and eager to be around her. But over time, their true intentions reveal themselves. Healthy people see the spicy Lady Sigma as a source of inspiration. They admire her emotional strength, wisdom, and calm nature. They learn from her, grow because of her influence, and continue building their own lives. They appreciate her presence without making her responsible for their happiness. Unhealthy people approach things differently. Instead of being inspired by her strength, they begin leaning on it too heavily. They start expecting her to solve every emotional crisis. They rely on her for constant reassurance. Their mood begins to depend on her availability, attention, or approval. Without realizing it, the spicy Lady Sigma can slowly become their emotional life support system. This happens because many spicy Lady Sigma are naturally compassionate. They listen when others need support. They offer understanding when people are struggling. They genuinely care about helping others heal. But compassion without boundaries can become a heavy burden. Imagine having a friend who calls every time something goes wrong, but disappears when things are going well. Or someone who expects you to carry their emotional weight while never taking responsibility for their own growth. At first, it may feel like helping. Eventually, it becomes exhausting. This is where many spicy Lady Sigma learn an important life lesson. Not everyone who needs help is ready to heal. Some people want comfort without change. They want support without responsibility. They want someone else to carry problems they should be learning to face themselves. Healthy people use support as a bridge. Unhealthy people sometimes use it as a permanent crutch. The challenge for the spicy Lady Sigma is recognizing the difference. She must understand that being kind does not mean becoming someone's emotional caretaker. Being compassionate does not mean sacrificing her own peace. Helping someone does not mean accepting responsibility for their entire journey. The truth is, her angelic vibration naturally attracts people who are searching for light. Some will use that light to find their own path. Others will try to live inside it. Learning to tell those two groups apart is not selfish. It is necessary, because the same gift that allows a spicy Lady Sigma to heal others can also drain her if she forgets that her energy deserves protection. 2.6. Their intuition is often mistaken for luck. They leave situations before disaster arrives and distance themselves from toxic people before their mask falls. One of the most misunderstood qualities of a spicy Lady Sigma is her intuition. From the outside, it can look like luck. People see her avoiding bad situations, stepping away from the wrong people, or making decisions that later turn out to be exactly right. They assume she got lucky. But what many people call luck is often something much deeper. Quiet, constant observation. A spicy Lady Sigma tends to notice things that most people overlook. She pays attention to small changes in behavior, inconsistencies in stories, shifts in energy, and subtle patterns in the way people act. She may not consciously analyze every detail, but her mind is constantly gathering information. That information eventually forms a feeling, what people call intuition. Have you ever met someone who seemed perfectly charming, yet something felt off? You could not explain it. There was no proof, no obvious reason to be concerned. Yet a small voice inside kept telling you to be careful. Many spicy Lady Sigma experience this regularly. The difference is that they learn to respect that inner signal. There have been countless situations where a spicy Lady Sigma quietly stepped back from a friendship, relationship, or opportunity without fully understanding why. Months later, the truth emerges. The trustworthy friend was dishonest, the promising relationship turned toxic, the exciting opportunity held hidden problems. People looking from the outside often say, "Wow, you were lucky you got out when you did." What they do not see is that her decision was not random. Her subconscious mind noticed warning signs long before her conscious mind could explain them. This ability grows stronger because spicy Lady Sigma spend more time observing than reacting. While others focus on what people say, she notices what they do, and actions reveal far more than words. Of course, intuition is not magic. It is not predicting the future. It is the combination of experience, awareness, emotional intelligence, and pattern recognition working together, often beyond logical explanation. The wisdom here is simple. Not every warning comes with evidence. Not every truth announces itself loudly. Sometimes your mind sees something before your logic catches up. That is why a spicy Lady Sigma often avoids storms before the clouds become visible to everyone else. Others call it luck. She eventually learns it is one of her most valuable gifts. 7. They often feel responsible for problems they did not create. One of the heaviest burdens many spicy Lady Sigma carry is a sense of responsibility that was never truly theirs to begin with. It starts with a good heart. When a spicy Lady Sigma sees someone struggling, her natural instinct is to help. If a friend is hurting, she wants to comfort them. If a family member faces difficulty, she wants to find a solution. If someone she cares about is suffering, she feels that suffering deeply. While this compassion is one of her greatest strengths, it can also become her biggest challenge. Over time, many spicy Lady Sigma begin carrying emotional weight that does not belong to them. They feel guilty when people around them are unhappy. They blame themselves when relationships fall apart. They wonder if they could have said something different, done something better, or prevented a negative outcome, even when they had no control over the situation. Imagine a friend repeatedly making poor decisions despite receiving good advice. The spicy Lady Sigma listens, supports, encourages, and tries her best to help. Yet when the situation falls apart, she still feels guilty, asking herself, could I have done more? This burden is exhausting because life teaches an uncomfortable truth. Not every problem can be fixed. Not every person can be saved. Not every outcome can be controlled. Yet because spicy Lady Sigma care deeply, they often struggle to accept this reality. They see potential in people. They see possibilities for growth and improvement. When those improvements never happen, they carry disappointment that was never meant for them. The life-changing wisdom they eventually learn is this. Caring about someone is not the same as being responsible for them. You can support a person without carrying their entire journey. You can offer guidance without being accountable for their every choice. You can love people deeply and still recognize that their decisions belong solely to them. This lesson is not easy because compassion naturally pulls them toward helping others. But emotional maturity teaches them to separate their kindness from others' accountability. That a spicy Lady Sigma's heart often feels bigger than the space it occupies. She wants to ease pain wherever she finds it. But one of the greatest acts of self-respect is understanding that some battles belong to other people. Her role is to offer light, not carry every burden she encounters. When she finally understands that difference, she frees herself from endless, unearned guilt. Point 8. They rarely enjoy harming anyone even when angry. Many spicy Lady Sigmas struggle with cruelty. They can be incredibly firm when necessary, but unnecessary destruction feels unnatural to them. Point one of the most defining traits of a spicy Lady Sigma is not just how she treats people, but how she restrains herself when emotions run high. Even when she is hurt or angry, something inside her resists cruelty. She may be firm. She may be direct. She may set boundaries that feel uncomfortable for others, but the idea of causing unnecessary emotional damage never sits well with her. This is not weakness. It is inner control. Many people react to pain by trying to pay it back. They raise their voices, insult others, and fight to win emotional arguments in the moment. But a spicy Lady Sigma processes things differently. She feels deeply, but she never lets her emotions turn into destruction. For example, if someone betrays her trust, most people would seek revenge, gossip, or emotional retaliation. A spicy Lady Sigma may feel the same intense hurt, but her response is measured. She may distance herself or speak honestly about what happened, but she rarely tries to destroy someone just to feel better. This is because her strength is rooted in awareness, not domination. She understands that harming others leaves a lasting weight on the mind. Even if someone deserves consequences, she chooses restraint, not because she cannot fight back, but because she refuses to become someone she does not respect. There is also a deeper emotional reason for this. Spicy Lady Sigma are highly perceptive. They can see beyond harmful behavior to the pain or insecurity that caused it. This does not excuse wrongdoing, but it adds nuance to their response. Instead of pure anger, they feel reflection and understanding alongside their hurt. This does not mean they tolerate disrespect. When boundaries are crossed repeatedly, they become extremely firm and unmovable. But their firmness stems from self-protection, not a desire to hurt others. It is a door closing, not a door crashing down. This quality prevents unnecessary destruction in relationships and life. Most conflicts escalate because people crave victory. A spicy Lady Sigma prioritizes resolution or peace over emotional warfare. In the end, her restraint becomes her greatest strength. She does not need to break others to protect herself. She simply chooses clarity over chaos, and that choice defines her character. 9. They often resist their own light. One reason spicy Lady Sigma struggle is that they spend years trying to appear ordinary. Point one of the most overlooked struggles of a spicy Lady Sigma is not what the world does to her, but what she does to herself without realizing it. For many years, she intentionally shrinks herself to appear simpler and more ordinary. This is not from a lack of confidence. It stems from an early realization. Standing out often makes others uncomfortable. So she adjusts. She softens her voice when she holds strong opinions. She downplays her sharp insight even when she sees the full picture clearly. She hides her emotional depth because it feels like too much for most casual environments. Over time, this becomes a subconscious habit. She learns to fit in by suppressing parts of herself. I end group discussions. She may know the answer instantly, but stay quiet to avoid dominating the space. In tense emotional moments, she may see the true root of a conflict, but stay silent because the truth can shift moods in uncomfortable ways. While this adaptability helps her navigate social spaces, it creates severe internal conflict. Deep inside, she sees clearly, feels deeply, and understands life on a level she rarely expresses. The tension between her true self and her muted public self becomes exhausting over time. The truth is, many spicy Lady Sigma do not fear failure. They fear visibility, not attention itself, but the pressure of others' strong reactions to their natural gifts, intuition, and presence. So instead of fully expressing themselves, they shrink to fit what feels socially acceptable, but hiding your light does not erase it. It only dims your own experience of life. Eventually, this pattern grows heavy. Opportunities pass by, conversations feel incomplete, and relationships lack depth because she only shows a fraction of who she truly is. The key realization is this: her gifts were never the problem. The world was simply not always ready for them. Her insight, emotional intelligence, and depth are not flaws to fix. They are strengths to embrace with awareness, not hide out of fear. A spicy Lady Sigma grows exponentially when she understands that making others uncomfortable is not the same as doing something wrong. Clarity can feel intense. Truth can feel heavy. Intelligence can feel intimidating to those who lack it. But shrinking herself serves no one. When she stops resisting her own light, she does not become a new person. She finally stops abandoning who she has always been. Point 10. Acceptance unlocks their highest purpose. The angelic vibration is not perfection. It is not superiority. It is the unique ability to bring clarity, peace, understanding, and growth wherever they go to some point in life. Every spicy Lady Sigma notices a powerful truth. The very qualities she once questioned and suppressed are the same qualities that bless and uplift everyone around her. Her calm thinking, emotional depth, quiet insight, and grounded direction are not flaws. They are strengths waiting to be fully accepted. This so-called angelic vibration is not about being flawless, superior, or above others. It is a humble human gift, bringing clarity to confusion, peace to tension, and understanding to misunderstanding. Yet many spicy Lady Sigma spend years underestimating this power. They shrink their thoughts to avoid seeming intense. They hold back insight to avoid standing out. They suppress their depth to blend in. Over time, this self-restriction turns them into smaller versions of their true selves. The turning point comes with acceptance, not external validation, not praise, not permission from others. It is the quiet decision to stop treating her natural traits as flaws that need fixing. When this shift happens, everything changes. She stops over-explaining her intuition. She stops apologizing for seeing life clearly. She stops softening her voice just to comfort others. Instead of forcing herself to fit limiting environments, she aligns her actions with her true nature. This shows up in simple, powerful ways. Her conversations become honest. Her decisions become grounded. Her relationships become intentional, with clear boundaries for what she accepts and rejects. This shift is not ego-driven. It is rooted in clarity. Her influence grows naturally, not because she chases leadership or attention, but because she stops hiding herself. People feel her stabilized presence, meaningful words, and intentional silence. This is where her highest purpose unfolds. She is not here to control others or fix every problem. She is here to exist in alignment with her true self. In that alignment, she uplifts, inspires, and elevates every space and person around her, effortlessly, without force. Final words: some people live quietly, yet make everything around them clearer simply by being present. The spicy Lady Sigma experience is not about being distant, mysterious, or untouchable. It is about possessing a subtle, misunderstood depth in a fast-paced world that only values loud, obvious strength. She sees emotions others miss. She spots patterns before they surface. She brings calm to chaos and understanding to conflict. This is why her presence always feels uniquely different, even when she is just being herself. Yet these powerful traits often become sources of self-doubt. She hides her insight to avoid standing out. She carries unearned emotional weight. She underestimates her impact because her influence is quiet, not dramatic. This creates an internal conflict between who she is and who she thinks she should be. The real transformation happens when she stops adjusting her nature to please others and starts understanding the power she holds. Her calm is not emptiness. Her sensitivity is not weakness. Her intuition is not luck. Her emotional awareness is not excessive. These gifts are simply rare. And rare things are always misunderstood before they are truly valued. Her angelic vibration is not about perfection or superiority. It is the ability to bring clarity, peace, and emotional awareness to spaces that desperately need it. When she fully accepts this part of herself, she stops shrinking to fit small environments. She steps into quiet confidence, lives with intention, and unlocks the powerful, positive impact she was always meant to have. Thank you for watching and God bless you.